Yeah, good day, Ugandans, good day, sports lovers. Welcome back to the Sports Connect show, a show where we spit typically sports. You will never hear us talking about business or politics because we are entirely sports oriented. Yes, we are back like we never left. We are here and we're going to spit sports as we talked about. Now, today, as usual, I have my pundits with me in the studio. They will have to introduce themselves.
Petrosevia is my name and I'm a very good fan, sports lover. We are here to talk about sports.
My name is Lawrence Coco, sports lover, team, Sports Connect. Thank you.
My name is Richard Tutong, a lover of sports. We are Sports Connect. It's simple about sports.
By the way, I want to let you know that you're in safe hands when you are at the Sports Connect. You're in safe hands because we have people who are very wide in knowledge as far as sports is concerned. Last weekend, the league came back. The Bundesliga and the Premier League were back. Yes, and we saw a lot of things, drama and a lot of talking points. Erling Haaland, after a very worrying performance against Liverpool in the Community Shield, came and scored 2 goals. Liverpool getting a very narrow win against Fulham. Yes, and Man United picking up from where they left last season.
To remind you, Liverpool drew a 2-2 with Fulham.
Yes, so I want to pick interest in the United game and say that I really never saw anything that changed from the United team. Even given the opportunity that they signed, they were given an opportunity to sign players. They were given money by the Glazers. But the players they signed did not really change anything that Man United was lacking. Players like Paul Labile Pogba left, he wasn't replaced. Jesse Lingard left. Nemanja Matic left. But you see, all these players who left are actually important players. They were good players, but they ran out of contract. And because they were out of favor in the team, they could not continue being in the team. So when the result came, some people were surprised because some people had hope that maybe new season, new hope, maybe the players were motivated, you understand?
Ten Hag.
So Ten Hag, yes, getting a new coach, Ten Hag, who just confirmed Harry Maguire as the continuing captain for the season 2022-2023. It is very disappointing to some of the fans. I don't know what you people think about it. But
if we are talking about the signing in Manchester United, I think the best signing, to me, according to the game on Saturday, it was Martinez, the man who replaced just now for Paul. He played. I think he should have been awarded the best player on that. According to how I watched that game, although they defeated them, he was the best Manchester United player on that day.
Did you see anything good? Please.
The Devils, I think when you have Harry Maguire, just know that you have negative goals flowing in the opposite. And the guy will not stop making calamitous errors. And I think Maguire is fit to play as a number 4, but not a complete 5, because he's a little bit shaky. And that is an area I expected Man United to really perform and get someone in that position of defense. And Pogba not being replaced, Mata also left without being replaced, and now Man United is haunted by lack of strikers who could convert these goals. And I think some few days ago I've been going through the transfer gossips. I've heard that you legend Javier Hernandez Chicharito, the little P, is about to come back on free transfer to help the team.
He made a statement that even if for free he can come and play for that team. Let's see.
That guy was a dangerous substitute. He used to come in the added minutes and change results.
And now this defeat, I think the defeat is timely, such that they can really invest and get in players to replace those players who have left and those ones who are not performing.
As we always know, a bad beginning might make a good one, and just like some of the clubs they have been portraying, they started well, but they were among the best teams towards the end.
You remind me about Man City last season. They started the season with a 1-0 loss against Tottenham Hotspur, but the City went ahead and won the league. Will Man United, our dear viewer, do you think the same story might repeat itself for Man United?
To add on that, the team performed poorly, even if you can say better the team lost. Starting from that defense, Harry Maguire on the left, in the right wing, Harry Maguire and Dalot, they really did do well. I can't imagine how they couldn't keep Welbeck out of the game. An old Welbeck, as you can say, and that midfield of McTominay and Fred. Honestly, those boys, I really don't know the kind of game they play, but I don't think they are midfielders. So I think that team has to do a lot in the defense and in the midfield. They must get a standing number 6 for that team. But if not, the team will continue performing poorly, I bet you. Thank you.
But I think we need to give Ten Hag some time. You know, it's not easy for any coach, even any players, to adapt to the league. But
Yes.
I think the mistake, man, for the love for Manchester United and Spurs, I think if they can remove the captaincy from Harry Maguire, so that they can, I think Maguire has not yet changed, and they give a new player to fit in that position.
Actually, that is what most fans and sports pundits were expecting. They thought maybe since this is a new coach and Maguire has been underperforming under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they thought maybe this new coach, one of the first reforms he would make was to remove the captain ban from Harry Maguire, but it never happened. But anyway, that wasn't the only thing that happened over the weekend. We saw Liverpool coming to grab a narrow win against
Fulham.
Against
They
Fulham.
drew.
Yes. I mean, yes, it was a draw. It was 1-1. It was a
2-2.
very 1-2-2. Yes, it was 2-2. Forgive my yes, it was 2-2. So, what would you say about that game?
Fulham played Liverpool, and it was the second game of the Premier League. Yeah, as we all know, each and every club which come from relegation, they always come and surprise these big teams here. And I think last week we had to give we were going to be our top scorer, but we missed out on Alexander Mitrovic. Based on the game over the weekend, I think Mitrovic, some of the people, I think he surprised us, like Jamie Vardy. Yes. Then, based on the Liverpool play, yeah, they played well, but I think there's a lot of gap that Mane has left, and Nunes is still playing well. Yeah, he scored and people were still doubting him, but I think he's still promising, just like Alan.
Yeah, likewise to that game. You know, Fulham plays that pressing ball in the championship. That's the game they play. You get the ball, let's go. There's nothing like plan for this, and that's what Liverpool failed to count out. And you saw Mitrovic making Van Dijk to move on his. You saw that
he was bullying Arnold.
Arnold and Van Dijk both. So I think there will be a challenge this season, and they will make big teams drop the most important points. So I think there is no team to be taken for granted this season. Yeah, all teams are here for a grab.
Yes. Idris Xavier, do you have anything you saw that was very special in the Liverpool game?
I think the rest is being mentioned. I'm not surprised. It's English Premier League.
Yes.
I expected that. Liverpool is not having a fighter in front. They have lost Sadio Mane, of course, and that guy is irreplaceable. Though Liverpool seems to replace him in the Community Shield, but when Liverpool needs goal, you see how Mane works, and that is the character that the team will be lacking.
Sadio Mane used to come up even when Liverpool is down. For him, he's a dirty player. He not only scores in easy games, but he's a man of big games and small games. But anyway, the other catchy surprise. To some people it was a surprise, but to some people who believe that Erling Haaland has a lot of potential, we are not surprised. He came up after a very, very scary show against Liverpool in the Community Shield. He came and scored twice against Man City. Yes, that for me personally, according to my view, that I was not very surprised. It is just a matter of time, and he has started what he's good at doing. He's just good at scoring goals. And before we know it, he will be in 20 goals before Christmas. That is my prediction.
And I think that Community Shield was not a test for him. It was just a trial for Erling Brand Haaland. I don't think it was a big test because this guy has proved it in the Bundesliga. He can score goals in the Champions League. Back home in Norway, yeah, he can score. I think Brand Haaland is a big threat to the defense this week, and putting in the defense of your team like Maguire, I don't know. Let's watch the space.
And to add on, we all know, I think Man City that some are relaxed when it comes to Community Shield. There's a certain time they played with Arsenal, and Arsenal gave them 3-0. So for me, I was not surprised. Only that the performance of Alan was not all that good in the Community Shield, but those who have been following Bundesliga, we all know how Alan always score. You might end up scoring 5 or even 4 goals in just a single match. And Alan will be the big man.
That is why I'm predicting that he will have 20 goals before Christmas.
I think I basically have to disagree with your 20 plus
Why?
goals.
Why?
In
Why?
the English Premier League,
Tell
that
us,
is
defend,
a little
defend.
bit very difficult. Let's give this guy games to run, and I'm quite sure there are games this guy will not score because Haaland. And when we talk about the Premier League and how physical some of these defenders will be, yeah, he has managed to score 2 against West Ham defense, of which I'm not surprised. But let him meet defenders from Liverpool, Van Dijk, defenders who are physically
Manchester United's
strong.
Butcher, Martinez.
But so he will meet players like
Yeah, he will
defenders like Harry Maguire, and he will tell you there.
He will score
he will
goals,
score like
but not
5.
20 plus
He will
goals.
tell you there.
Not
So-
20 plus goals come X months.
So yeah, just like I
I
said, it
think
was
the,
just a
the only
prediction.
thing which can make Alan not to reach 20 is maybe when he get injured. But as we know, he has scored these 2 goals in the first match, and it's just like with 18, and 18 is not all that big. We have seen Son even scoring 4 goals. If Son can score 4 goals, what of Alan who used to score even 5 goals? Or at least in
Anyway,
the
we shall
Champions
watch the space. Yes, we after this short commercial break, we're going to come and see what this new weekend, what the match day 2 has for us. Please stay tuned with us at the Sports Connect. By the way, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you are the first person who gets to know if we have any new upload on our channel. AM Sports.
Sports.
Sports. Because I'm sports.
Sports.
I'm sport.
We are the Sports Connect.
Yes, welcome back to the Sports Connect. Just before we left, we were talking about how the first weekend match day 1 went. And just before we go into the new weekend, the match day 2 fixtures. Lawrence, can you please tell us some of the results? How did some of the games go?
Yeah, on Friday night football, Arsenal played against Crystal Palace, winning 2-0. Then on Saturday, Fulham played Liverpool. Fulham played a 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Bournemouth won 2-0 against Aston Villa. Leeds coming from behind to beat Wolves 2-1. Newcastle winning Nottingham Forest 2-0, a good goal from Ska and Wilson. And Tottenham beating Southampton 4-1. That was a good game, a good sign for Conte
That was a good
and
start.
the team. Yeah, Everton losing at home to Chelsea on a slim 1-0 goal. Then on Sunday we started with Leicester City against Brentford, ending 2-2. Brentford coming from behind. Da Silva scoring that crucial equalizer. Manchester United winning. Drawing,
What are you
losing
saying? What are you
2-1 to
United
Brighton.
lost.
You know, Manchester United maybe is used to winning pre-season games. I thought they are continuing with that.
No,
Then
they wasted all their goals this season.
West Ham losing to Man City. Erling Brandt Haaland scoring a brace in his first game of the week. I think that's all about the Premier League in that week.
Yeah, for the lovers of Bundesliga, we had the first match. Bayern Munich played Frankfurt. It was 6-1, whereby Sadio Mane scored his first goal at the 29th minute. Then Dortmund played Bayern Leverkusen. Dortmund won 1-0. Then Union Berlin and Hertha Berlin. Union Berlin won 3-1. Wolfsburg and Werder, it was a 2-2 draw. Augsburg and SC Freiburg won 4-0. Buchon and Mainz won 2-0. And that was the main result over the weekend.
Yeah, so last weekend it was the Premier League and the Bundesliga that
Plus League One.
plus
By
League
the way,
One
to
too.
take you back, PSG won their game and Messi scoring some good bicycle kick in that game. So we think the GOAT is back in the pitch, having a poor form of the season, the previous
That
one.
season,
I
yes.
think,
Very poor
yeah,
form.
I think you have to watch him this season, Lionel Messi. Yeah.
And to add on the Bundesliga, we all know 30 players got red card over the weekend. One was from Offenham, then Bayern Leverkusen, then Schalke all 4.
They started on a high discipline case, but
In a moment, and Bayern Munich writing a statement that even without Lewandowski, they can still do the scoring. They had a 6-goal thriller.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
so I
it
think
was,
the only reason as to why they can bring that statement is because Sadio Mane is a promising player.
Yes.
We all know he's attacking and he can even
And they
score
have some
goals.
good young players like
Musiala
Musiala and the rest. Yeah.
And even Serge Gnabry is still promising. Although there was some rumors that he was going to Premier League clubs, I think he might stay now.
He has signed, by the way, he has signed a new contract with Bayern.
that is
And
good
as we
news.
all
That is
know,
good
the
news
usual
for Bayern.
teammate he keep on scoring, and he was the first person to score for
Yeah,
Bayern Munich
wow.
in the new season at the 5th minute of the game.
That is good news. Bayern Munich, we are not surprised. Personally, I'm not surprised at what happened. For them, scoring goals is not a problem to them. They can score goals as long as there are opportunities. When they had Lewandowski, okay, people thought maybe the goals would reduce, but starting by 6 goals, that is something. I think it's a very good header for the new season. Yeah, and there are these things going on, Lawrence. United, the Glazers, what is happening?
I
Manchester
think
United.
there is their fans are protesting against the Glazers. Earlier on, they opted shares at the club dubiously, so they want them to sell shares to other stakeholders. And there was a rumor of a British man wanting to buy the shares at the club. I think it's time for the Glazers to do something for their fans, because they have punished them, as they would say. They have suffered a lot in the hands of the Americans, as they say. So I think the Glazers has to do something for their fans,
I think
for the team to
Man
continue.
United fans need to become, because the Glazers given a lot of money during the transfer season. They have brought many players, but I think the problem to me is to Ten Hag.
Is beyond the Glazers.
Yeah. The Glazers have, as the owners of the club, they have given the money, but the problem comes in the Ten Hag. This is a new coach, but all I know, you have been complaining of Harry Maguire. If they can change that captaincy band, yeah, it will be very good, because
I
you
think-
being the captain, you cannot put the captain outside.
I think the issue with the Glazers, it's out of the pitch. It's also in administration of the
I
club.
think every problem starts from the administration.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what happens in administration can
It's
directly
brought to the-
affect
yeah.
what even you see being displayed in the page. You understand?
But
It
what
can
we
be.
no, even if there's a problem in admission, as long as they're willing to give the money for new players to be bought, I think there's
But
no.
they have tried to do that,
I think
and it has failed.
personally, Manu's problem is not the Glazer family. By the way, it's all about the lack of having trust on a manager. You look at the managers Man United have changed after Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
There was Van Gaal, there was Mourinho, there were very many managers. And each manager comes with the type of player he wants to have in his team. Glazers have been giving money. They have given money to buy Harry Maguire expensively at 85. Jadon Sancho
Bringing
at,
back Paul
at
Pogba.
75 million, bringing back Paul Pogba at 100 and going back freely. What does that one mean? First of all, I think it's time for Man United staff to think of how they can approach the transfer market and recruit players who can bring change. Look at players like Wan Bissaka, who does not even deserve to be in Man United's team. By the way, Wan Bissaka for me deserves to play in championship, because
Bissaka
this is a guy.
good player.
This
Come
is
on.
a guy who does not contribute in the attacking part of it. He's always there to defend. What are you defending? We this time need players at wing back who can fly.
Anyway, it's just a matter of time. You know, time is the best judge. It will expose all this.
But they've
But,
given
for
Wan
me-
Bissaka a lot of time now.
The truth is, yeah, he has been given. Actually, he has disapproved himself.
And
He has
again,
disapproved himself.
and again, maybe some lack for money is the financial problems that the team Barcelona has per now is only tomorrow if they fail to register those new players
Today,
like
today.
Frank Kessie,
Frank Kessie,
Christensen. So Manu will get the chance to either sign Frank de Jong if he refuses to cut his wage, and then or they may go and sign Frank Kessie, who to me is a very good fit in the Premier League.
Thank you very
And
much.
over the weekend, we have been hearing some rumors like Aubameyang going to Chelsea. We all know, like the coach Xavier said, he is not interested in letting Aubameyang to go, and Aubameyang still wants to stay in Barcelona. But as you know, Barcelona is facing financial problems, so we might not expect he might go back to Premier League.
They are pressed against the wall. You might see this new season, if things go the way they are at Barcelona, you might see Aubameyang in Chelsea, Frank de Jong in Chelsea or Manchester United, and yeah, Kessie might leave and go to another club. But yes, after this short break, we are going to come back and tackle straight away what's these fixtures. We're going to talk about these new fixtures this weekend, and we're going to give our predictions.
The La
Please
Liga,
stay
the La
with
Liga
us.
is back and the Serie A, so
Yes.
you can't miss it.
Stay with us. This is the Sports Connect, a show where we talk about everything you need to know from your world of sports. Yes, it's match day too, match week too. Fixtures coming up, expectations are going high. Yes, and among others, the biggest game of the Premier League this weekend is Chelsea versus Tottenham.
Yes, it's a big game indeed, and that is going to be one of the games that I'll be watching. And I think when we talk about big games, we look at the attacking players. Chelsea is having Raheem Sterling, they're having Warner, they're having Raheem Sterling, yes.
Khalid Koulibaly.
And then in that defense, Chelsea have recruited Khalid Koulibaly, and they have lost Rudiger, by the way.
Yes.
And I think the battle will come back to midfield. The battle will come back to midfield. A big game is determined in the midfield and the opportunities that you will utilize. And now looking at Chelsea's Raheem Sterling without the ball is useless.
Yeah.
Team Warner without the ball.
Team Warner is left.
Without the ball is again useless. Now I think when you look at Tottenham's attacking is more better than Chelsea's attacking players. You talk about Son, who can create any magic any moment. You talk about Harry Kane, when he's there, he will always deliver. You now bring in Richarlison, who fights for the ball, and the guy likes dribbling. So I'm going to see a lot of fouls committed in that game. So what I'm going for here is that game is a game that will be determined in the midfield. I'm going for an under 3.5 in that game.
Yes.
And if you wanted to bet, you can go for fouls over 3.5. It's a safe one. And then we shall have a lot of corners in that game. So the corners can be over 10.5.
Yes. So that is a game to watch. Please don't miss out.
Yeah,
We said earlier, some pundits here said earlier that Tottenham is going to be a big threat to Manchester City this season in the title race. We shall see how this game will all go. Yeah, what do you think? What would you say about
On the game of Chelsea and Tottenham, Tottenham have failed to win in their last 5 against Chelsea. So I think Chelsea it's going to be a big one this time, and Tottenham cannot cost to losing again another game, the 6th game consecutively. So I think it's going to be a big one this Sunday. You don't really need to miss out with that. The attacking force of Tottenham, Kulusevski, making more assists, Harry Kane, Son, Hojberg in that midfield, and Rugolen in the defense. So I think it's a big one this week. And given the fact that Chelsea, the defense is solid, even though Koulibaly got a knock in the last game against Everton. We don't know his fitness, it's still a doubt. But Chelsea's their defense is good with Azpilicueta remaining and Marcos Alonso under speculation. So I think it will be a 2-2 draw, I think. Chelsea and Tottenham, yeah. It will be a draw game this week. But it's a must watch for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, it's a must watch. We all know this one is a London derby, and Tottenham this season they're more stronger for me. But as I would, if I'm to predict, I think it will be like maybe two more goals, and I expect all the team to score. We all know Tottenham they have good forwards, but the problem with Chelsea, but what I know, Chelsea cannot fail to score a single goal in the London derby, and I'm giving it a win for Tottenham or a draw. That's all I can say.
I'm saying Chelsea not scoring in that game.
But there's a possibility that Tottenham players are indisciplined and Chelsea might get a penalty. And we all know Chelsea players are good in using that penalty very well. And Gino, and there's some, even Sterling, we all know he's good in penalty taking.
Good diver too.
If you're going to bet that game, I want to give you my word. It is going to be a yes. Some people call it golo golo. Yeah.
And another big game, Arsenal Leicester City on Saturday. A game to watch, a thriller at like Muganda says, to around Kutwali.
By the way, Tielemans said he wants to win against Arsenal.
Wow.
Amid these speculations that Arsenal is interested in him. I don't know what he's trying to communicate to Arsenal, but that is what he said.
Yeah. So what's your take, guys, in Arsenal Leicester's game?
As we can see, Arsenal has been struggling on Leicester City, and it will be a tough game. What I can see, it will be a tough game, and it will end like in a draw, 2-2 or 1-1.
But I think Leicester, the way they ended the season, they might also pick up from where they left, according to what I see, because they have been struggling. They were struggling towards the end of the season.
We know Leicester have been struggling, but the problem comes in like when they come in big teams, they are always picking that result.
They tend to perform, but there is nothing very big. I mean, Leicester City is going to do against Arsenal. I go for a 2-1 win.
Yes,
for Arsenal.
I think talking about the Arsenal Leicester game, it's a game to watch. That game will be a thriller, entertaining. We have Jimmy Vardy on the opposing side, and you have Gabriel Jesus on Arsenal's side. So now, what I'm saying is, most likely there's going to be either Safo in Arsenal's defense, like Ben White might either sit down for fit again Tomiyasu, or Tomiyasu will later on change the guy in the due course of the game. And I don't see any change from Saliba and Gabriel
Central defense.
Yeah. And talking about this guy didn't play very well the other time. The attacking player, the captain, that is Odegaard, he didn't really play very well. So this weekend we are expecting a big one. So I'm going for an Arsenal win under 3.5.
For me, I want to give up this third question back to the viewers. Will Martin Odegaard retain his form, or the second question is, will Jermaine Vardy continue to score against Arsenal? Then the third one, will Gabriel Jesus score his first goal against Leicester in the Premier League in a new season, a new club?
It's a matter of
maybe to taking you through the other fixtures of the game of match day 2 in the Premier League.
Yes.
We have Aston Villa taking on Everton at 2:30, Arsenal Leicester at 5, Brighton and Newcastle the same time 5, Manchester City FC Bournemouth at 5, Southampton Leeds at 5, and Wolves Fulham at 5, and the last game of the Saturday is Brentford Manchester United.
Yes.
Manchester United are away at Brentford's home. They struggled last season. And on Sunday, we have Nottingham Forest taking on West Ham at 4, and Chelsea, Tottenham.
And
at
I think the
Stamford
last
Bridge.
game will be on Monday for my day to whereby Crystal Palace from defeat they are going to play Liverpool FC, and I think Liverpool wants to get a 3 points so that they can show to their supporters that they are still in need of the table and in need of winning their support.
I think let's briefly highlight about Man United's game. The last game, this is a big team that we don't need to leave it out for the history of our English fans. Man U Brentford, that game is going to be entertaining, and of course when there's Harry Maguire, people always say that you should go for an over 0.5 of the opposing team. I don't know whether Brentford will score a goal, but in that game, I'm going for Man United win. Yes, though slightly, it will be Man United win.
What do you think? What do you think? Do you think Man United will get their first win in the Premier League against Brentford? Yeah, we shall see. And yes, as we said, the other leagues are back, like the Serie A and the La Liga.
And on Friday today, Osasuna is opening up with Sevilla at 10, and tomorrow we are having Celta Vigo, Espanyol, Real Valladolid, Villarreal, and Barcelona. The Catalans are starting with Rayo Vallecano. That gave the United a big challenge run for their money. Then Cadiz on Sunday is playing Real Sociedad. Valencia is taking on Girona at home. Almeria taking on Madrid. Madrid starting their season game away. Then in Serie A, today we are having no game in Serie A today. Today we are having tomorrow AC Milan Udinese. They are starting their title defense at home against Udinese, and Sampdoria is taking on Atalanta. The newly promoted team, is taking on Inter Milan with their Lukaku back. Then Monza is taking on Torino. Then on Sunday we are having Fiorentina Cremonese, a new team. Then Lazio Bologna, Salantina taking on Roma at home. They just survived the relegation last week. Yeah, I think those are the games of the weekend.
Yeah, that is going to be how match day 2, the second week, is going to go like. So yes, please, this is Sports Connect, the only show whereby we give you everything. We give you the pure sports news. We give you not only rumors, but we also give you the confirmed deals and everything. Yes, don't forget that the transfer season is still going on. Teams are still purchasing players. Which players do you think you still need in your club? Which players do you think will come and save you from relegation? Which player do you think will come and save your team from the wrath of other teams? So yes, stick with us. I want to remind you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sports Connect, like and comment. Until next time, please, bye-bye.